Hello and welcome to Good Game Spawn Point, the show for younger gamers by gamers. I'm Bajewled.
And I'm Hex.
And it's good to have you back, Hex.
And I am Darren.
Coming up on the show, we check out the fantasy action of Okamiden on the DS.
Plus, it's a gem matching frenzy with Bejeweled Blitz Live.
And we tackle more of your gaming queries at the Ask Good Game desk at a normal human pace this week.
I can't help but be efficient, Hex. In fact, my dedicated puzzle-solving matrix has been in permanent overclock on Bejeweled.
Well, don't overheat, Darren. Let me just check it. Ooh, he's running a bit of a temperature. We better get on with the next review, Hex.
Ooh, a good puzzle game always whips my circuits up into a frenzy.
Oh, quick, Darren, you're running out of time.
Go! Bejeweled Blitz Live is the latest take on this puzzle gaming phenomenon for Xbox Live Arcade. You swap multicolored gems to make matching rows or columns of at least 3 in a row. Matching sets then vanish, causing fresh gems to cascade down from above. This can set off chain reactions and bonuses, and multipliers are activated when you get those bigger combos. Blitz adds a new element to the equation, a time limit.
The two play modes are Classic and Twist. In Classic mode, you move a cursor around the Bejeweled grid and swap gems with the face buttons.
A hint meter is constantly charging up, so every few seconds you can push the right bumper and get a hint on a possible swap you can make. Whenever possible, you should make matches that destroy lines of 4 or more. This is the way to unlock your score multipliers and special explosive gems.
Twist mode is the same basic game but with a different control set. Instead of swapping 2 gems around, your cursor encircles 4 gems at once and you can rotate them in place to the left or to the right. You don't have to create a match with each move in Twist mode, but you're still racing against the clock.
In both game modes, the secret to success is to be decisive. You only have 1 minute to strive for a high score, so don't waste a second of your slow, sloth-like human brain time. Oh, Hex, did you know that Blitz is the German word for lightning?
Well, you definitely need lightning-like reflexes to get a decent score with only 60 seconds on the clock. A bar at the bottom of the screen slowly counts down as you play, with pestering voiceovers reminding you that you're rapidly running out of time.
3, 2, 1, game over.
Bejeweled Blitz Live is all about keeping your cool under pressure.
And alas, this sense of urgency brings out the game's most frustrating flaw, the controls. I think they've done their best to adapt the interface to this controller, but the D-pad and the joystick are just too slow.
Yeah, whenever you see a potential match that's all the way on the other side of the grid, you realise you're going to lose a second or two just trying to get your cursor over there. Bejeweled works so much better on PC or touchscreen because then you can move as fast as you think, and this just feels wrong.
There's also the pure randomness of how it all works. The game spits out a random selection of gems at the beginning of each stage, so sometimes it's easy to match them up in rows and sometimes it isn't. I've tried to calculate a formula to predict the patterns, but it just does not compute.
Then there's the graphics. The colours are extremely horrible. There's just no other way of saying it. The orange and purple neon effects are certainly distinctive, but I mean, looking at them for any length of time just hurts your eyes.
Yeah, if only we had ping pong ball eyes like Darren.
Bejeweled is the quintessential casual game, but played with the wrong controller, it just doesn't work. I mean, maybe they could have made it Kinect compatible and made it an actual decent party game, but as it stands, Bejeweled Blitz Live fails to sparkle, so I'm giving it 5 out of 10.
Yeah, if they'd included maybe the original mellow time limit free Bejeweled game with this, I think it would have been better value, but with just the classic and twist blitz modes, it just doesn't do enough for me, so I'm giving it 4.5 out of 10 rubber chickens. Heck, sometimes I like to pretend these guys are my own personal army and we're assaulting Castle Laptop. Dun, 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 ba, ba. Go, my minions, go! Defeat the evil Hex! Blah, blah. Oh, it's time for Ask Good Game, the part of the show where we become your personal database.
Yes, our first question is from Doctor Who?
Who?
Dear gods of gaming, I've just got Pokemon Black and I'm in a kerfuffle. Should I get Snivy, Tepig or Oshawott? Please answer. A lot of spawnlings have been asking us this, so here's the scoop. When you choose your starter, you're basically choosing the difficulty level. Tepig has a high HP attack, so when you choose him, you're choosing easy mode. Snivy is the hardest to work with due to his low attack power and many weaknesses. Oshawott lies somewhere in between, but he's the only starter that can learn Surf, which is a really useful move later in the game.
I hope that helps. Next up is Gemma from East Gosford, New South Wales. Hi, I was just wondering, if you leave a DVD in the PlayStation 2 for too long, does it scratch? And PS, love the show, but unfortunately, I have to get ready for drama. No need to apologise, Gemma. Drama is important. But yes, your fears are in fact warranted. Basically, you should always eject games or movie discs once you're done with them. Leaving discs in your consoles for long periods exposes them to excessive heat and dust, and it's really bad for them.
Well, next is a letter from Blair in Broken Hill, also in New South Wales. Hey, can you give me Darren's phone number? My little brother is a permanoob that needs exterminating, and also he's a pain in the neck. Blair, we dare not give you Darren's number. Your brother may be a noob compared to you, but Darren may consider both of you to be noobs compared to him.
There have been rare cases, you know, where a permanoob has been de-noobified. It takes a lot of hard work and training, but it can be done if you're willing to put in the time and effort to help your brother.
Next is this one from someone who's really likes fruit.
Fruity! Hi, your show is great. I have 2 questions. How do you play PS2 games on the PS3? What is a good train simulator? Well, I like Watermelon. The very first batch of PS3s that came out could play some old PS2 games, but all the models after that couldn't, and the slim ones, for example, can't play any. For an excellent train sim, though, your best bet is probably Trains, spelt with a Z. It's for the PC, it has loads of mods and downloadable content add-ons, and it's made in Australia too.
Now for a question from AJ in Brisbane, Queensland. Who is older, Mario or Luigi? Please answer or we call you noobs. Easy, AJ. Mario is Luigi's older brother.
Older and wiser. Okay, let's move on to this from Georgia, Townsville, Queensland. Hi Hex, do you have a computer at home? And if so, what type of computer is it? P.S. You guys are the best gamers in the entire world and the universe.
Well, we both have PCs at home. I actually built my own. It's got a quad-core processor, loads of RAM, and it even has a custom pink case.
Well, mine's not pink, but it does have adjustable fans, and I enjoy adjusting the fan speed depending on the temperature of that particular day. I'm only on dual core though, which makes me sad. Anyway, next we have this from Jake in Armidale, who's in a bit of a state.
Yeah, New South Wales.
I heard rumours that Pokemon Black and White is the last Pokemon game being released. Is this true? P.S. Can you review Pokemon Black and White, please? Jake, don't panic. Pokemon is a huge success, so Nintendo will probably be making plenty of Pokemon games for years to come, even if nothing else has been announced yet. We've already done a review of Black and White as well, and if you missed it, you can download it from our website. Here. There. Okay, this next one is from Jaxie123 in Albany, which is in New South Wales.
Yes, it is. Which country gets the newest video games first, Australia or New Zealand? And if I bought a video game from New Zealand, would it still work on any platform? P.S. Can Darren eat food? New Zealand gets games about the same time as Australia, and they'll work on all Aussie consoles. But they're a little more expensive over there, so there isn't much point buying them on import.
And Darren doesn't eat, he runs on electricity. But he's always making us grilled cheese sandwiches because he enjoys cooking, although sometimes they're covered in oil, and that's not tasty.
That's true. Do you remember those crudités he made? With the bolts and the jets? Oh, finally we got this rather sweet question from Jaden in Adelaide.
Hey guys, I wanted to know if there will be a Galaga on PS3. It's an awesome fun game, and I really want to know if there is one because it's a present for my mum. She's a big fan. P.S. Thanks, Jaden. P.P.S. Darren is a noob. He certainly is! Galaga Legions is available for download on Xbox Live Arcade, but the new DX version is coming soon to celebrate the Galaga 30th anniversary. It's being made by the same people who made Pac-Man Championship Edition, so hopefully it'll be fairly good.
Okay, well that's all we've got time for, but be sure to send us your questions here. Now, back to the Den of Gaming.
Hi, I'm Aiden, and this is my Den of Gaming. Bring it on. I played my first ever video game, which was Rumble Racing when I was 0, but my dad got me into gaming when I was 1. It's one of the best racing games I've ever played. It's just really fun, and you can do massive stunts, and you can go flying really high in the air. I have 12 gaming t-shirts and I have 2 gaming hoodies. Well, my favorite console is my Xbox 360. My favourites are the Guitar Hero games and stuff, where you hit the notes and stuff.
Gum trees, wallabies, and even a koala.
One of my favourite series of games is the Ty the Tasmanian Tiger series. I like it because it's set in Australia, where you're a Tasmanian tiger. There's an evil cassowary called Boss Cass, and he has all these frill-neck lizards, and he's trying to get into the dreamland and stuff, and release monsters from the dreamland.
Never, never, never!
I have a lot of posters, some collectibles. I have a lot of plush characters. Probably my most favourite thing would have to be my plush Toad. It's one of my first ever plush Toads, and Toad's my favourite character from the Mario series. Another favourite game of mine is the Rabbids series, because it's just really fun challenges. You play as alien bunnies, but the bunnies seem like they have rabies and stuff, and they're always going "Bwah!" I got my den of gaming 2 years ago in April when my mum bought this house, and my mum said, "How would you like to have this whole top part?" And I decided one room will go to my bedroom and the other will go to my gaming. My friends think my gaming room is epic, and I think my gaming room is epic too.
Okamiden is an unusual game as it dives right into the freakiest stuff of Japanese myths and fairy tales. On top of that, all the graphics are designed to look like traditional Japanese paintings from the Middle Ages. Instead of playing it safe, the guys at Capcom have decided to make the most distinctive Japanese-looking game they can.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a risk because those outside Japan might not get it, but it's paid off because Okamiden looks like no other game on the DS. It feels less like you're staring at a screen and more like you're diving into a tapestry and living a legend.
In terms of the way the game actually plays, Okamiden has a lot in common with The Legend of Zelda. You explore vast environments, solve simple puzzles, and battle enemies. As you traipse back and forth completing mini-quests, you gradually upgrade your abilities. There's a real sense of progression.
Yeah, you control Chibitarasu, a wolf god puppy with mystical powers, and a young hero named Kuni. Most of the time you travel together, but you'll need to separate sometimes to solve tricky switch-based puzzles. It's a bit like how you'd work together with the ghostly Princess Zelda in Spirit Tracks.
The game's big gimmick is the magic brush. Chibitarasu has the power to slice boulders in half and repair damaged artifacts with the stroke of his brush. You can also restore dead trees back to life and heal a countryside that's been poisoned by a demon invasion.
Your brush can deal extra damage in combat, but you only have a limited ink supply, so you can't use it all the time.
To get all brushy, you simply tap the left or right bumper button to activate brush mode and then draw in your spell or repair pattern on the touchscreen. If anything, this feature makes more sense than the old knob-twiddling feature of the original Okami game on PS2.
Yeah, and just in case you're wondering, you don't have to have played the original game. This one still makes sense. Well, as much sense as it was ever going to make. Much of the game design is trickery. You feel like you have a lot of freedom, but really there's only one way to go.
There's a lot of going back and forth between the same places too, and a lot of loading screens masked by these blue glowy portals. You can tell they've tried to squeeze as much graphical power as possible out of the good old DS, but it just doesn't have enough memory to run the game as smoothly as it needs to. Final thoughts?
We only get a new Zelda game every now and then, and this one reminded me a lot of Zelda games, but it's not quite as good. The unusual sound and animation is definitely a plus, but I think the best part about this game is the freakish sense of humour, so I'm giving it 8 out of 10 rubber chickens.
The corny monster fights are standard, but the animation is just beautiful. Okamiden is bold and unusual and well worth a bash, so I'm going to give it 8 as well. Oh, Darren, how are you going analysing all the entries into your latest I'm No Noob challenge?
My decision to test the spawn's best times in Mario Kart is proving to be very fruitful indeed. I am slowly eliminating more noobs from the spawn point viewership.
Nice, Darren. So have you reached a verdict?
Negative. And to ensure that I don't laser any skilled gamers by accident, I would advise anyone watching to hurry up and send in a photo of their fastest lap time on Mushroom Gorge at 150cc in Mario Kart Wii. You can upload your photos to the SP website here.
That's impressive, Darren. Next week on the show, those bubbling blocks are back in LEGO Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars.
And we check out this thing. It's called a U-Draw and it's for the Wii.
Oh, Hex, could I please borrow the U-Draw? I have some artwork in mind for the walls of the Den of Gaming.
No, Darren! No more interior decorating. You've done enough. Look at the mess you made with the Darren cave. Until next week, gamers, Bajo out.
Hex out.
Darren out.
Hey, look, Darren, I'm drawing you.
Oh, wonderful. Draw a noob too.
Okay.
And draw a laser connecting me and the noob. Oh,
How's
wonderful.
that?
Oh, excellent. Oh.
Hex, that looks like me.
Affirmative.
Did you draw me?